Welcome back to Coronation Street's news. As always, so much went. With evil Joel Deering's Callum Lil, Coronation Street exit edging ever closer, the soap has hinted at new evidence that could spark his long-awaited downfall. The sinister solicitor, who has groomed and abused young girls including local teen Lauren Bolton, Kate Fitton, currently thinks he has got away with his crimes after DS Lisa Swain, Vicky Myers, was unable to pin enough on him to get a charge to stick. However, Lisa, Lauren, and Joel's ex-fiancée Dee Bailey, Chanique Sterling Brown, have made it their mission to try and bring him down. They get a massive breakthrough next week when Joel's old work phone throws up some new clues. As fans know, last week saw Dee visit Joel's old firm Walcott's, who specialize in helping vulnerable young people. While his old boss insisted he was an exemplary employee, a less convinced receptionist handed Dee an old work phone once belonging to Joel. After passing it to Lisa, the DS pulled in a favor from a maid in it to do some covert investigations on his previous communications. In forthcoming scenes, Lisa informs Dee she's uncovered some incriminating text exchanges with a female and vows to follow up. DS Swain enlists the help of police colleague Craig Tinker, Colson Smith, to help track the contact down, but swears him to secrecy, warning they could lose their jobs if anyone finds out. Craig manages to find the address of the woman, called Ellie, but will she be willing to talk to Lisa? And will the text messages give Swain the vital evidence she needs to bring Joel to justice? Actor Tommy Maudsley is best known for playing funeral director George Shuttleworth in Coronation Street. His role in the soap is totally different from his previous role in hit ITV comedy Benidorm, where most people know him as camp hairdresser Kenneth Dubik. Recently, Tony took to Instagram to share a completely iconic throwback to another past role. And we cannot get over how different he looks. Tommy shared 2 images on his social media of his role in the American horror film Sleepy Hollow. The first image sees Tony in his costume for the character of Van Ripper, while the second sees Van riding a horse and carriage in a scene from the movie, which also featured Johnny Depp as Ichabod Crane. The comments from both of Tony's posts make for brilliant reading. Some fans mention how brilliant the film is, while others joke and say his Benidorm character Kenneth had a rough night. Tony's co-star Sue Cleaver, who plays Eileen Grimshaw, also features in the comments. She joked, "You still look like that on a Monday." Over in Coronation Street, George can often be seen looking sharp in the suits he usually wears for work, and always manages to look pretty dapper in the casual clothes he wears too. George is the brother of Glenda, Jodie Pranger, who works behind the bar at the Rover's Return pub. Their most recent storyline saw the siblings found themselves in the middle of a feud when it was revealed their father Archie left the funeral parlor in both of their names in his will, not just George's. This left Glenda determined to get access to some of the business, but after a difficult and stressful few weeks, George snapped at his sister and said he's glad he runs the funeral parlor alone, because she's a complete liability. She then moved his belongings out of his plush house, No. 2 Conifer Avenue, and forced him to live in the cramped Grimshaw residence. Toyah Habib, Georgia Taylor, has made a tough choice about her future in Coronation Street after her affair with Nick Tilsley, Ben Price, was exposed. Viewers of the ITV soap have seen the pair go behind her sister Leanne Battersby's, Jane Danson, back for months, after she became entwined in the mysterious Altavellen Institute, a cult led by devious Rowan Cunliffe, Amherst Cooper. Rowan was well aware of their fling, and employed one of his cronies to take a photograph of them kissing in an attempt to blackmail them. Earlier this week, amid another of his blackmail schemes against Amy Barlow, Elle Mulvaney, Lean began to see his true colors and gained access to the laptop that contained potentially incriminating files. Horrified by their affair, Lean stormed into the Viaduct Bistro, and a huge public row ensued with Nick. The situation escalated when he admitted that he loved Toyah. Feeling betrayed, she headed home to Victoria Court and let her emotions unleash. Hot on her heels was Rowan, who tried to convince her that he was doing the right thing by keeping the details of the affair scandal from him. Finally, she had a sudden sense of clarity and realized that he had been preying on her vulnerability and manipulating her for months. She asserted that, although she has lost everything, she was going to ensure that Amy didn't. In tonight's installment, Shauna Platt, Julia Golding, weighed in on the situation, and seeing how upset Leanne was, urged her to take revenge. At the bistro, she covered the wall in printouts of the Nick and Toyah snap, forcing him to close up the restaurant early. Back at home, he admitted that he can't remember the last time they got along, and said that her involvement with the Institute wasn't even the start of it. In response, Leanne said that she's never stopped loving Nick, and still does. The pair then agreed to sit down with his son Sam, Jude Riordan, and explain their separation. When Toyah arrived to pack her bags, Leanne launched herself into a verbal attack, but did apologize for everything the cult had done to destroy her life. She then went on to explain that although she hates her, and that she's lost Nick, she can't bear the thought of also losing her sister. Outside, Toyah broke the news to him that she was sticking around and won't be going ahead with their relationship because she loves her sister too much.